Greetings, salutations, and good now. I'm a Charlotte all my days. We're going on with this flyby. Greetings, salutations, and good now. I'm astrologer Kevis Major, doing it major, and today we're going to be doing our weekly forecast for February 17th up until February 22nd. Now, this week is going to be, I guess, transitional as we move from the Aquarius season into the Pisces season, and so it's going to be a major shift from moving intellectually, having a lot of innovative ideas and energy, into a more intuitive, emotional, spiritual type of vibe. We have lots of planets in Pisces. If you guys have been keeping up with my videos, I've been saying that even the Aquarius season was sort of like a Piscean season because we had lots of placements there. Now we have Mercury joining the party, or Mercury joined the party on the 14th. And so, again, the sun is going to join Pisces in a few days, meeting up with Saturn, Neptune, the nodes, Mercury, all in Pisces. And so this is going to amplify the Piscean mystical, dreamy, idealistic influence. But let's get into it, because today, the last day of Aquarius, is our saving grace. It's a day where we could have an anchor, build an anchor that we could, or a marking point, a totem, a north node, or something that is going to help us to stay grounded, and just a gauge if we drift out of alignment, then at least we have this gauge or this centering point, this anchoring point that could kind of bring us back on course. Because again, we're going to be having definitely a few challenges, especially when it comes to our internal and emotional transformations. Anyway, let's get into it. So the 17th and the 17th, 16th and 17th, we're going to experience a minor ear trine. A minor ear trine is a term that I think I coined, because I'm with the major and the minors. All right, so the minor ear trine is when we have basically 3 planetary placements in the different ear signs. So we're talking about Aquarius. We have Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Libra, we have Jupiter in Gemini, and we have Pluto also in Aquarius. Now, the specific alignments don't make them an actual trine, but again, they're in the trining placements or in the trining positions, but the actual degrees, that's why I call it a minor trine. And so, this minor trine, based on my observation, gives us a boost, a burst in intellectual and social energies. This kind of opens up the week as we get ready to go into the Pisces season. The air trine always encourages, innovative ideas, because there's going to be a spark from the Aquarius. Libra, again, bringing in the harmony, bringing in the balance, bringing in the social aspect, being communicative and just being open. And Gemini, or just the ear element in general, helps us to be able to solve problems in a objective manner. Sun is in Aquarius, which Sun is in its detriment, doesn't necessarily like to be there, about to move into Pisces. And so we know that the last degrees of any sign is significant, just because it's like the final exam that you're trying to pass. It speaks towards, the accumulation or culmination of all the lessons, tests, trials, tribulations, opportunities, gifts that we would have survived and experienced throughout the whole of the Aquarius season. And so the last day, brings a great emphasis as well. Just wanted to throw that out there, today being the last day. Aquarius again was all about, our visionary thinking, embracing our individuality, and kind of moving away from not only traditions but anything that has us stuck or in a cycle. Aquarius likes to rebel, just because the ruling planet Uranus. We have Jupiter in Gemini ruled by Mercury. Mercury is in Pisces, not in the best place for Mercury again. So when it comes to our expansion, our curiosity, even our communication, because Mercury is in its detriment, it's going to be affecting because Mercury, yeah, is going to be affecting the Jupiter, the Gemini space. And so we could be seeing a shift slowly but surely, a gradual shift from just being a bit more emotional, even when it comes to our logic. Like, we may not even logically make sense, but because we're going to be thinking with our heart, you know, it's going to get muddy. The waters could get muddy. Moon in Libra, again, beginning all of that balance, is going to be, kind of forcing us to always seek fairness and balance in every way, shape, or form. So I like this. I just love Libras in general. So every time I see a Libra placement, especially like a Libra moon, today is like, we're gonna be chill, because Libras could, balance out the scales and diffuse tensions and problems. And again, all about like problem solving. We have Pluto in Aquarius, which speaks towards transformation, looking at things that are no longer needed, helpful, useful, are no longer innovative, all outdated technologies. Let's put that aside and let's re-innovate, I'm saying, and move forward without the extra baggage. So today again is just a great day for communication, connecting, solving problems, and just solidifying yourself, because from tomorrow the sun is going to enter Pisces and join Mercury, Saturn, Neptune, the nodes. So the focus again is going to be shifting. We're going to be straight into La La Land, where, okay, let me be careful, because it's not like we lose our ability to be rational, but it's going to play out in a situation like, okay, I know I shouldn't be eating XYZ, but because of the smell and the feeling, the people who I'm around, let me forget the logic and just go based on how I feel, and I could make up for it. You know what I'm saying? The Pisces energy is quite powerful. I've been pondering on the Piscean energy, just because we're going to be speaking about it a lot. We're going to be experiencing it and living through the Pisces season. So I've been pondering on the Pisces energy a lot, and I'm thinking like Pisces, because of their idealistic tendencies, you could look at Pisces, the energy itself, as like your higher self or your greater self. We know that no matter how great you are, you could be better because of just that mechanism of, or parameter of, always being able to break a boundary, what I'm saying, and go beyond what we thought was the max. And so Pisces really taps us, I think, in my mind. Piscean energy, or the influence in itself, just is always optimistic, or looking at the brighter side, looking at the higher side, more spiritual, like where we could be, the best wishes, like the best version of things, the best version of self, the best, I'm living my best life, what I'm saying. And even if it's not their best life, like they just have that optimistic, what I'm saying, perspective. And so I just feel like this Piscean season is going to really urge us to take greater steps. I wanted greater strides. What do you use for swimming? Because it's gonna be, a lot of water. But just make a bold step towards, your higher self, or your greater self, or that greater version of self that exists in, I don't know, like a parallel universe, or in a parallel mind, or it's there to be unearthed. What I'm saying? And if not, why not? You're gonna be left with regrets, what I'm saying, because you could already imagine it, you could already vision it, you could already feel it, so if not, why not go for it? So again, on the 18th, sun is going to be entering Pisces, and it's just going to enhance our creativity, enhance our imaginary thinking, self-expression, because sun is also going to conjunct with Mercury. They're going to be conjuncting for some time as they kind of like move along together through the Piscean space. And so sun doesn't necessarily love to be in Pisces. Mercury definitely doesn't love to be in Pisces. So again, it just seems like this whole Piscean month is going to have us doing a lot of hard work. It's going to be quite challenging. I mean, it's going to be easier for some signs, some particular signs, or what's not. But again, the last third of the death stage, because we know that after Pisces is Aries, which is the spring, and just how even climate change and how everything is kind of progressing, the traditional seasons may have to adjust, because we could see that spring is starting a bit later physically, I'm saying, the physical ramifications, and the winters could go a bit longer depending on the geographical location. But that's something for the astronomers to observe and debate. But just know that tomorrow is going to be when, I don't want to say the shitstorm begins, but the blur, as sense and sensibility is kind of like going out of the window, and we're taking on more of the Piscean energy of just being more emotional, and emotional maturity and discipline is something that's just like ringing out. I don't know, it's because like we're getting to that adulthood stage where you have to master and control the emotions, otherwise it's going to, what I'm saying, run you. If you don't run the emotions run you. Not only that, Pisces kind of, I don't know why Pisces makes me think of Pluto, but I'm getting like psychology as well. Like, we are animals based off of not only instincts and our nature, the environment, which really influences us, but also our habits, I'm saying, and the routines and those, I guess, habits, things that we just do habitually over and over again. And so as we move into Pisces, it's going to question our psychology and what's happening in our mind, because again, a emotionally driven time, we're using our intuition, spiritual exploration, but our higher self, a better version of what we are right now. And for us to really attain that, we need to break our psychology, we need to break our brain. And so it is like a double-edged sword. It is that two fish, the Piscean energy, where okay, the mind hasn't been, I don't want to say hasn't been sufficient, but we need to upgrade it, right? We need to upgrade it. And so for us to upgrade the mind, can you use the mind to upgrade the mind? Maybe we let the emotions override the logic, and we are passionate and deeply invested emotionally in whatever goal, whatever change, whatever we are trying to accumulate, manifest, whatever we want to do for the Piscean season. And so yeah, this Pisces season is definitely going to be something. Again, on the 18th, sun entering Pisces is going to have a minor conjunction, but the conjunction is going to be getting greater with Mercury, and so more of mental blur, as Mercury doesn't necessarily like to be here. Moving along to the 19th, sun in Pisces continues to square Uranus. The square is coming in from Aquarius. It's been squaring some time, but just because of the shift into Pisces, I guess that's why you could call it quite dynamic, because Uranus signifies sudden disruptions, sudden changes, challenges in our routine. And being in the Pisces space could spill over into, I guess, relationships and just our value system, because again, Taurus speaks towards our values. So this aspect kind of encourages us to just embrace changes, you know what I'm saying? Like today, again, being the last day of Aquarius, quite intense, even though the Libra moon is like, all right, this is, balance and everything is like in harmony, we're feeling pleasant. Uranus is ready to just bring in some emotional instability, you know what I'm saying? Ready to bring in a curveball, like, okay, everything is going good, and then suddenly something goes bad, and our emotions are in the muck again, you know what I'm saying? So, a certain level of emotional maturity, discipline, still need to be on guard. Let's see where we are at. I guess moving along from the 19th, 20th, we're gonna have Mercury in Pisces squaring Jupiter in Gemini, and so sort of a clash between our expansion, our opportunities with just emotional communication. Maybe we might be in a situation of over exaggerating, over promising, biting off more than we could chew, or like just communicating from an emotional space, from an idealistic point of view, when in reality we can't deliver on those high expectations that the Pisces is setting. And we already spoke that Pisces is like the greater self, and so Pisces communicating could just exaggerate, reminds me of Gemini's, overdo it, you know what I'm saying? Got to be a bit more refurbished and refined. And so yeah, need to, I guess, not jump to conclusions, kind of like slow down and really, really think about what you're doing. Avoid making big decisions, jumping to conclusions, doing things without back checking all the information. Make sure that you're having the facts, because again, Mercury in Pisces is already in a detriment. So communication might not even be that fluid. Like, I think I'm already feeling like the effects and ramifications. So articulation could be a bit off, a bit delayed, even relaying information. Why am I thinking about like Mercury retrograde? But again, the water could kind of slow things down, and we could be again using our emotions to navigate the communication and the social aspect. And I don't know, some people, the Pisces energy again, just idealism, best wishes, a bit of exaggeration, wanting to be a bit larger than life, or just romanticizing situations and circumstances. Yeah, so you tell the juicy details and you elaborate the small details, make the story even juicier. On the, let's skip ahead, the 21st. Yeah, I think we have the 21st, 22nd. What do we have for the 21st, 22nd? I think Neptune is going to be conjuncting the nodes in Pisces. So just a lot more Piscean energy that we're going to be experiencing. When it comes to the opportunities this week, we already know that today the major air trine, which is boosting our intellect, boosting our analytical skills, are great there for connecting with others, even connecting deeper with self, connecting deeper with ideas. It is also, I guess, a great time for socializing, problem solving, brainstorming, thinking, planning, strategizing, anything to do with your intellect, anything to do with your mental ability. We're going to be having Sun conjuncting Mercury in Pisces. With this Piscean energy, this is coming on the 18th. With all of this Piscean energy, there's a heavy creative spark or heavy creative influence. Again, if Pisces is speaking towards a greater version of self, I guess that's the spiritual aspect. But it opens up that portal for higher inspiration, you know what I'm saying? And ideas that, okay, in your current position, you may not be able to do it, but just the creative spark that comes down helps you to create an idea for now, something in the now moment. Like, it's hard to explain. Mercury in Pisces is already messing with my communication and explanation skills. Anyway, another great opportunity that we're going to have is Neptune conjuncting the nodes, a rare opportunity for us to reflect on the spiritual journey and to be able to, I guess, gauge our spiritual progress and realign with, purpose and our higher purpose and just what we need to be doing at this point in time. Exactly. We're going to be having a few challenges. Sun again squaring Uranus, bringing in disruptions, bringing in changes. It's going to be a time of emotional volatility this week. So we need to remain flexible yet grounded. We're going to be experiencing a lot of water. So Earth element is crucial. But still, we can't be too Taurus, too fixated. We gotta be flexible because Uranus is definitely gonna shift some stuff up. Mercury squaring Jupiter, clouding our judgment and muddying up communication. Hey, this week let's speak the truth, nothing but the truth to help us. You know what I'm saying? Just be honest, okay? Or don't exaggerate. Don't bite off more than you could chew. Don't overpromise. Don't. Manipulators are gonna manipulate, but again, take a pause before committing to anything major. Flex your ability to say no, not because you're trying to disrespect anyone or be like a dickhead or asshole or anything, but at the same time we need to kind of focus on self and not, because again Pisces is all about compassion, healing, sharing, love, unconditional love, service to others in some way, shape or form, idealism. And you may think that you helping someone or loving someone or sharing someone is the best thing, the best option, but it could also be to your detriment. Mercury in Pisces is a detriment, so your thinking abilities could be leading you astray. So again, oh man, we need to really balance, because you can't lean too much on the intuition over the logic, but again, you can't go too logical and leave the spiritual, intuitive aspects of life out of it. Yeah, so again, this week we need to double check important details, and just stay grounded practices, or prescribed. You know what I'm saying? If I was a doctor, astrological doctor, I would be prescribing a lot of grounding activities. And I also think that a part of grounding mentally is having an accountability partner or accountability system, but that's for another video. Anyway, so this week is going to ask us to, I guess, navigate from the Aquarius energy, where we could be thinking clearly, still working hard. The air trine this week is giving us all of this boost or burst of intellectual powers and influence, but then there's going to be a shift into the Pisces season, real radical. And so again, we need to be using all of these energies to our advantage while, still staying grounded. Pisces season is going to be beautiful. We're about to do the Pisces forecast, so look out for that video. If you're interested in getting a reading from myself, please send me an email at kevisbmajor@gmail.com. Until we meet or greet again, I'm astrologer Kevis Major, doing it major.